So, hello. This is the first episode of the FDS podcast. With me, I have today Liandry on the top right and Doc on the top left, or also known as Dr. GPKC. And on the bottom, we have myself, Mr. Nobles, or NB, or New Balance, or whatever you want to call me. So, why are we doing this podcast? We're just, three fans and three FNC fans, and we are gonna talk about different topics like 2022 season, like spring, summer Worlds, and then off season, and then like what do we think about the future. So, 2022 season, spring. Doc, how did it go?
I mean, I just say underwhelming because we did pretty well. We did a lot better. I think it was our best regular season in the Yamato era, right? Because if you think about it, we finished second in regular season, and then all of Yamato's other splits, I think we finished fifth in regular season, didn't we? Like in 2021, I think both splits we finished fifth, and then summer this year we finished fifth. So
I think summer this year was sixth, not fifth. But I could be wrong.
No, I think it was fifth because we overtook Excel in the end. Excel and Vitality played the tiebreaker for sixth. Right. So either way, the regular season was actually really good. And then, we came into playoffs as favorites because even though Rogue finished first, I remember all the pundits, the analysts and the community regarded, Fnatic as the favorites. We go into playoffs. We start really strong. We beat G2 3-1. And G2 was seen as the second best team coming into playoffs. So that's who. So all Fnatic fans, we were all feeling really confident. We're playing against Rogue, 2-0 up. And I think most Fnatic fans were already, they're already imagining, who are we going to play against in finals? Could this be it? Could this be the time? Because it really looked like that was Fnatic's time. Ross was just performing amazingly, and Hylissang was having the split of his life. And at least since Hylissang has been in Fnatic looks good when Hylissang looks good, and Fnatic looks bad when Hylissang looks bad. So when Hylissang was in the form of his life, everybody said, "Shit, this is it. It's all coming to fruition." Then we all know what happens after that.
Also, like in spring 2022, he had like 7 MVPs in the regular split, and he should have won the MVP. I still believe, and he was playing well, and so was Fnatic playing well. And then, like, what happened in playoffs? Did we just turn into choke? Because
playoffs was weird, wasn't it?
It was a choke.
Yeah.
It was a mental boom, man.
Because I don't know what happened to. I don't know what happened there. It was really upsetting considering how well we did.
Yeah. Also, by the way, like after we lost to Rock, obviously we dropped to the lower bracket, and then we had to play against G2, and some of us went to Bulgaria, the capital city, for a meetup, and we just witnessed a 0-3 demolition at least we had fun together, but god damn it, like when it mattered the most this year, we really crumbled. Like we had in 2021 and 2022 we had those like really sick summer runs, and we they almost did it, but still when it mattered, they just fell down.
It's strange. It's the same thing with Fnatic, right? Since 2018, Row is so close. They really get you believing, they really get you hoping, and then in the last hurdle or second to last hurdle, they always fall. So I really
so close yet so far always, isn't it?
Yeah.
It always feels that way.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't know if you can't even attribute that to a specific player because the rosters have always been changing. Well, Hylissang was always there, but it's just you don't know what it seemed like the team is mentally fragile no matter what the roster is. They always choke or always mentally collapse in the last minutes. Where the fuck does this come from? Because there's always different rosters, different coaches. I don't know. Is it the fan pressure? Is it who knows what it is?
I don't know if it's fan pressure. Especially if the players aren't really using social media much, so they kinda it shouldn't be getting into their heads much, in my opinion. Well, why did the roster didn't work out in 2020? We had a super roster, right? 5 really good players, and with what seemed like a good coaching stuff, why didn't it work? So maybe I will start like just outside the game. Like if you watch the FNC videos, I had a feeling like the roster was divided into small groups of players instead of like being all together all the time. Well, most of the time you don't need to be together all the time, but like it felt like the bot lane was divided from the rest of the team, and the top side were just vibing together. And like I just want to compare like this roster to 2015, for example. 2014, like we can like even 2014 one was rather successful. Like they actually felt like a family. I cannot say the same about this roster. Like sometimes it felt awkward. Just I don't know. Like the videos kind of felt forced when I was watching them. So yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you because I remember I pointed out. I think it was with Bastion. Bastion is another person on the Discord, on the FDS Discord. I was talking to him, and I remember I told him that I follow Razork on Instagram, like many of you guys do. And while they were in New York and like Mexico or whatever, they were all going out. I mean, not all of them. Razork, Humanoid, and Wunder, they were all always together, and you would never see Upset and Hyli with them, which I find a bit weird. I don't know, because I feel like if you're a team, you should at least do like activities together outside of the game. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but I feel like it's a very important thing in a team environment.
Doc, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean it's clear they weren't all. I think this team had no drama at least until Worlds, but at the same time, they weren't best buddies. I think we can all see that, and yeah, I have to agree with what Liandry said. When you saw them all, going out and enjoying New York together as a team, but two players weren't fair. It felt weird because I remember other times Fnatic made it to Worlds, going back years and years and years. Usually the team always did, they always usually hung out together, wherever they went. But I don't know, and maybe you can attribute that to the collapse that happened in week 2. It's hard to say though.
Okay, so
it's really hard to say, and it's not nice to see from a fan perspective as well. Like I really support Fnatic obviously, and I want to see them being together and not separate. It was sad to always see like Razork stories on Instagram, and you would literally never see Upset and Hyli with them.
Let's actually talk about Razork now that you guys mentioned him.
Yeah.
So Razork came to us quite recently, and he was slow in the beginning. Like it took time for him to get the vibe like of the team, like
get comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah, so it was a slow start, and I gotta say, like, he really turned it around. Like, he became a really good player. Like, you can now easily say that he's a top 3 jungler in EU. Can even say top 2, especially when players like Inspired are not in EU anymore. So
and Jankos.
I do not know how. Okay, I mean his contract is kind of big, like kind of expensive to buy out. So that's literally the only reason why he's not on a team for the next season. So Razork, now like I cannot say yet that he is the best jungler. Like especially a lot of people are saying Kalioya is better than there is Malrang. Like Malrang doesn't have the best stats, but he wins you games with those like really with really weird builds, and I don't know, like people are flaming him.
Let's not make this PG, bro. It's fine. We can swear, I think.
Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. I'm trying not to force it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, Razork, I have eyes on him for 2023, and I really hope he really takes that number 1 this time around.
I think there is potential for him to take the spot, but he has to work for it. And I feel like now that, I mean, you guys obviously have heard the rumors. We probably won't have as much of a demanding bot lane. So I think it's his time to shine, maybe, with a strong top side and a good mid.
Especially, Selfmade said recently that Rekkles is the best ADC you can have as a jungler. Because he's the best ADC to play with. So, I mean, let's see how it works out. Because Razork, for one thing, is in Fnatic because of the way the team works. He never got to play carries last season, right?
Yep.
He never really had the chance to. And if you look at him in solo queue, he's always in the top. He's always top 5. He's always within top 5, and he basically almost only plays carries. And also Misfits, he used to play quite a few carries. I remember he burst onto the scene with Echo against G2 and all that. So
I swear he was playing some Diana as well, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, this season we played it a little bit, but we lost on it, so then we never touched it again.
Well, I have bad memories of Razork's
Diana.
Diana.
He failed the flash R, so I guess he lost confidence in it or something. But because you look at next season, it's going to be very different because people say, "Oh, where's the firepower?" Wunder.
My brother in Christ, we are recording a podcast right now.
It's fine. He can join it. Guys. Okay, he dipped. It's fine.
No,
we move on.
This is gonna be
Nothing
such a banger blooper.
Nothing happened. We move on.
Oh no. Well, anyway. So where did we stop?
We were at
Razor's confidence.
Razork. Yeah, it was after the. Yeah, I was just saying that maybe we stopped playing Diana after it failed with flash hours, but either way, I still think I don't know. What I was saying was everybody's saying, look, next season, where is the firepower? You have Rekkles ADC, Wunder top. Who is who's gonna do the damage? I think it's kind of a bullshit argument because I think Wunder, last season still proved, bro, he carried quite a few games. Wunder, he carried quite a few.
I think this is a bullshit narrative.
Yeah,
did we all forget about Rekkles hyper carry moments like 2018, 2015?
Oh, even in 2021 with G2.
Yeah,
they won quite a few games through him, bro.
Remember that Senna game he had on G2?
But he had all kinds of crazy games.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to add, people like to see Rekkles as this weak-sided player that doesn't need resources. You can put him on Senna, Sivir, and leave him and the spot ohms. But you don't need to be so one-dimensional. He's a player that is definitely super capable of carrying games on his own. So this is what I'm not expecting, but would like to see from FNC in 2023. Just Fnatic having multiple play styles, having Rekkles on weak side, Wunder on strong side, and the other way around.
Yeah,
just be flexible.
That's what all the best teams do.
Be unpredictable.
Opponent on the draft. Before segueing into that, the whole one-dimensionality of a thing. I think that next season is going to be good for Razork. Going back to the original point, because if there's a game where Wunder's on a tank, Rekkles wants to go something low income, you can easily stick. Razork can say, "Hey, give me a Graves, give me an Echo, a Diana, whatever the fuck he wants, and let me do my thing." And it's going to be good. I think next season will be exciting. And segueing into what we were saying, finally, because Fnatic in the whole Yamato era, and I don't want to blame Yamato for it. I don't want to blame Upset for it, but we've been one-dimensional as a team. And that's what everybody says, and that's why you always make these crazy summer runs. And in the end, everybody says, yeah, but it ended just because they always say the same thing. Fnatic was too one-dimensional. They just couldn't progress further as a team. I wonder, what do you guys think about? Why do you think Fnatic was so one-dimensional? Is it because in scrims we would only win through bot lane, so they said, fuck it, it's the only way we can play, or?
I think that's it was definitely one of our biggest problems, playing only through our bot lane. That was definitely one of our biggest problems. So, I don't know. I don't think there was anything else wrong with the team, man. It was just our bot lane was too strong, so we had to play for them every time.
You could argue... sorry, if you want to finish.
No, go on.
Okay, you could argue that Fnatic got a bit unlucky with the meta. For example, we really had those really crazy games with Upset on Zeri, and then Zoe just got gutted to the ground to a point where everyone is saying that she's the worst ADC in the meta.
I mean, I don't think the meta is an excuse, man. These guys do this for a living, you know? I don't think the meta is an excuse. So they should be able to play anything because that's their job.
Yeah, and one more thing you could also say, like, Enchanters being meta is bad for Hyli. If it was like a Leona and other stuff like Nautilus, Alistar, well,
Again,
Hyli is really not known for those picks, but yeah.
yeah, but again, man, it's his job, right? I might sound like a Twitter analyst now, but it's his job. Like, there's nothing else to say. If the meta is Enchanters, he has to play Enchanters, you know? But even when he was playing, and I no flame to Hilly, but even when he was playing Engage this season, I mean this Worlds, he didn't look good on him. So.
But who did look good? Rhuckz on those 2 games. You could argue that these were like really weak teams. Who did we face? Chiefs and like.
Loud? Was it Loud? No.
No, against Loud we lost with Hyli.
Oh yeah, we lost. Yeah, we lost.
There was another game against like small Legion team, but still.
Wait, wasn't it against the Japanese team, or we played with Hyli?
DFM. DFM was
yeah, it was DFM, I think.
We played NA and Australia with.
Oh yeah, NA.
EG, right? EG was the first game, and then Chiefs. But yeah, Rhuckz didn't die a single time, and you could say, yeah, sure.
So other than Rhuckz not dying a single time, the team played so like
clean,
calm and slow and smart, right? It was
very confident.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's not just gameplay. Is it also like shot calling? Is Rhuckz bringing like something that was missing on the team, like that extra shot caller that actually calls good stuff and like risk free and like the highest chance of success, like kind of plays or like calls.
Maybe Rhuckz does that, but then you see all these players, even Rekkles has said this many times, that Hyli would always make good calls. So I don't know how to feel about that, because everyone that played with Hyli, they always say that he always makes good calls in game, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to slander Hyli here. He has been playing for FNC since 2018, and for me he's still like my most
he's
favorite.
A legend.
Yeah, he's my most favorite player of all time, even though it used to be Cyanide, but now I think Hyli took that #1 spot for me, and he has done so many good stuff for us. Won 2 titles and went to Worlds Finals, MSI semifinals, but he has achieved good stuff with FNC.
Yeah, definitely.
He's gonna go down as an all-great EU support. You know, I think even in 5 years' time, they'll say, where does Hyli rank among EU supports? He'll definitely be top 3. Like,
I agree with that.
Okay, we have talked about support. Actually, do you guys want to talk a bit more about Upset? I think, like, Upset, even though he's a bit quiet, like, on those FNC videos, like, not that, like, the most social player on the team, but he still has done a lot of good stuff for FNC. Got a pentakill at Worlds, finally. Had insane stats all the time. Like, he has done his job as an ADC, but...
He has.
Yeah. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I think...
Go on.
Right. I think he's done Fnatic a great service in his 2 years. Remember when he came in, so many people really doubted the move. They said, why Upset? He finished 10th with they were Origin at the time, last split. You know, he's fucking dog shit. This, that. You know, everyone was flaming Fnatic management. How the fuck can you replace Rekkles with Upset? You know, get us a rookie or something. Or get us Patrick. I remember everybody wanted Patrick. They wanted Patrick, Crown Shot, or a rookie. And then Fnatic signed Upset. Who was like... And, you know, looking back at it, it was a great decision. You know, Dardo did well. I don't know if it was maybe his player's request to bring an Upset, or... I don't think so, because I remember... Maybe it was Hylissang's request. I don't remember. But I remember Bwipo saying he wasn't on board with it. He didn't like the Upset move, and he was considering like going AD himself. But looking in retrospect, Upset is considered now by the community as, you know, EU's best ADC or top 2 ADC. You know, he's always considered at least top 2 ADC, minimum top 2.
I mean, I think he is the best EU ADC at the moment. He definitely is the best EU
Statistically,
ADC.
yeah. When we look at this trophy cabinet, like the medal
Well, yeah.
cabinet, not really.
Not really, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, he's definitely the best at the moment.
Yeah. I'm still gonna miss him, you know. Like he's been with us like with FNC for 2 years, and like so many dramas he had to.
Yeah, it was a lot of
like,
drama.
the hate. Come on, that was disgusting. Even though like we all wanted to see the full roster, like last year's Worlds, we still like tried our best to support him and like be with him like against those haters. But you know, like it was still a good time. You know, like despite not winning anything, I still enjoyed this roster as a whole. And man, it's such a shame that they didn't win a single title. Like I really wanted to leave the trophy Hyli again, and you know the newcomers. So, guys, we have talked about most of the roster. Maybe we just like talk about everyone. You know, like Humanoid, for example. Yeah, Humanoid.
Yeah, where do we start with Humanoid? Humanoid, in my opinion, he's the GOAT. I really like him. I don't want him to go. So I think he's a great player. And he showed that in Worlds, didn't he? Well, we ignored week 2, but he showed that he's a great player. So yeah, I really want him to stay and see if we can win some trophies with him in the team. And same goes for Wunder as well, not just Humanoid. And Razork. I like this. I like this trio. So I hope to see them for maybe another year or even 2 years.
Doc?
Depending on how they perform, okay? Let's say that. Depending on how they perform.
I mean, look, I remember when Humanoid was announced, I was one of the few guys who was like really, really excited about it. Because I remember most Fnatic fans expected perks. Because if you remember, so, like all the big leakers basically said Fnatic's sitting a huge mid.
Yeah.
We were all like really excited. Like, what the fuck? Like out of nowhere. And Offseason was like really slow for Fnatic. Everybody they thought we were like kicking Niski for some like dog shit player. Like I remember people were saying we're gonna get Power of Evil.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Kinds of crazy shit. And then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, Fnatic's gonna be huge." And everybody thought it was either perks, or I remember like some NA leaker guy said it could be Rookie, and I was like, "Fuck me, who the fuck are we getting?"
Do you remember all these people under like Twitter like leaks posting the scuffed perks in Fnatic jersey being
Yeah. It was the second year in a row that Fnatic perks seemed like it could be a reality. It was like out of my mind. Everyone was Humanoid, and I was really excited about it. I remember. And look, I defended Humanoid all the time. I'm known as a Humanoid simp, but I'll admit it. You know, everybody always says it to me. He plays bad. Like he played so poorly in the regular split of summer. It was shocking from him, honestly. However, in his defense, he did have a highest DPM in the league, or second behind Karzi, but highest amongst mids in the regular split of summer. So, he was inting, but he was inting with,
high damage
intentions. He was putting damage behind it. Yeah, exactly.
And his Worlds performance was decent, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he had a really rough spring, summer, and then I kinda got really hard tilted from him like dying to every gang. So and then I open IG and see that he wants to go to Tomorrowland, and I did the thing to tweet about it, and everyone started memeing about it. Well, I think FNC what they lacked, like what this host lacked, is like a father figure, like someone to not slap them, but like tell them that they are shit and they need to step it the fuck up, And
do you know who that father figure is?
Tell me.
He's in my profile picture right now on Discord.
Oh, you can't see, but it's Rekkles.
Yeah, it's Rekkles, Martin Larsson. Well, before we talk about him, I just want to say, okay, Humanoid, I take my words back, but it was required, like to a bit, shit talk you. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for
he's a great
banger
player.
performances in summer and at Worlds. Like when we were in Malmo, when he did that Silas play. I think my soul left my body after that.
That moment was insane.
And Worlds, the Azir play, what was it?
I mean, he played. What did he play? He played Akali into Faker or Azir. I don't remember.
He had
Don't
this
remember.
really insane moment with Azir versus EDG.
Yeah, that when we lost, yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. I remember that. I mean, he
Although
did
he
well.
didn't
He did
stay
well.
every
He did.
game. You know, in week one, he literally gapped the fuck out of Scout and Faker, guys.
Yeah.
Scout
What
and
did,
fucking Faker, like
what did he play into Faker? I forgot. I need to look this up.
into Faker when we won.
Yep.
Yeah.
He played Azir. He played Azir when we won.
Okay, Azir, yeah.
But yeah, he really got like, yeah, I think he won every lane. Like at least in week one, like
Yeah, you won, bro. He gapped
50
both of them.
CS leads at like, what was it, 15 or 20? I don't have it with me right now, but he was
Yeah,
playing
I
out of
tweeted
his
it.
mind.
I'll find it. I tweeted it. He was playing out of his mind. I'll get the precise
I mean,
stats out now.
regardless, he was playing well. He was playing really well.
So we can agree that Humanoid pulled off a really insane comeback this year.
Yeah, he got a redemption.
Bro,
He
I
got-
think next Blitz he's gonna be the best jungler. Look, here it is. After the first
Mid laner.
the stats so far in group stage after week one, his DPM was the highest, and his CSD10 was the highest at 14.
Out of
But
every
10
group,
minutes
out of every group, or just our group?
out of everybody.
Oh, okay.
Out of all the players, he was playing
That's
out of
cool.
his mind, bro.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, before, do you have anything to add about Humanoid?
Not really, but I think we should talk a little bit about Wunder, man.
Yeah, I wanted to mention it before going to talk about
Yeah.
Rekkles.
Yeah.
So you want to start, Liandry?
Yeah. I feel like Wunder is a great personality to have in the team, and I'm very, very happy to have him on Fnatic, because first of all, he brings like this really positive aura in the team that we really need, and we were really lacking all these years. I feel like we never really had someone with a big personality and like, I mean, not really personality, but like a really positive aura, if that makes sense. And I think Wunder brings that. In terms of his gameplay, we didn't really facilitate him at all, and the games were always finished before he can even do anything. And he was always put in like tanks, or like he always had to hug his tower basically. Razork was never a top lane, so it was a rough. It's been rough for him. I don't really remember a game where he 1v9'd.
No,
I do.
No, we won behind a few games.
I do.
Then-
Did
Okay.
you? Which one?
I mean, for example, against Vitality, I think it was in Spring Split.
Oh
with-
yes,
with
okay,
the-
of course.
with the
Gragas,
Gragas.
Also,
Okay, but
with
even
Gragas,
that,
we won
even
behind-
that,
not only that game, also some others.
but even that, that's what I'm trying to say. Like he's forced to play against 5 people every game, because our mid lane will never go top, our jungler will never go top, you know, and he's forced to make those outplays. Imagine if, yeah. Anyways, go on.
So I really don't know why they never strong sided him, because bro in G2 he plays shit like Jace, he played
Yeah.
fucking Kled, he played Rayleigh, he played a lot of hero. He had one Irelia game, didn't he, this year, or at least one?
I don't know. I don't think he did. I think
so.
he played Irelia in like Champions Queue or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a pro play. He played a lot
He
of
did play
Fiora
also.
though. I think at least 2 games of Fiora we saw this year.
He played
Yeah.
Akali. Bro, I really think next year is gonna be interesting. I think he might, show some balls and try to carry us for a few games. Let's see what happens.
I
Yeah,
still wa-
I hope he does.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, as a weak side top laner, he was really good. But some people flamed him for, like, dying or, like, not doing enough. But I think he has done enough for FNC this year.
People look.
As a
Sorry,
top
but-
laner, yeah, I'll just finish in a bit. As a top laner, like, you can't really do much. I think some people said it's the most useless role or something like that. I think he has done his job as a top laner for FNC. He didn't get much support this year, but he still, like, how many dives did he survive or, like, kill someone,
Yeah.
like, taking someone with you? I liked Wunder this year,
Yeah. He was a soldier this year.
definitely.
I'm glad to have him on our team.
What
Definitely.
shocks me is how people say that Wunder played badly or whatever or played weak side badly, died too much, when our past 2 top laners were Adam and fucking Whippo, who were 20 times more unstable than him. Now, I'm not flaming them. I'm just saying they were, a lot more inconsistent. let's say even Wunder. They had very happy games.
Yeah, a
right?
bit too
So,
flippy.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'd take Wunder over Adam and Whippo any day of the week.
Yeah. But bro, what like Wunder's still so insane mechanically. I really
Yeah.
think
You could argue that Prime Whippo was better than this year's Whippo. I don't know about being better than Prime Wunder, because Wunder in 2019 was, he was by far the
different
best.
beast. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, we have talked about the 2022 roster, the 2023 roster though, guys. We have, I think, 3 guys here with Rekkles profile pictures on Discord. I think,
That tells a lot, I think.
yeah, I think we are a bit excited, a bit too much. So, Liandry, what are your thoughts on FNC Rekkles?
My thoughts on it is that I really want him back, and I miss him, and I hope he calls back. That's all. And I hope he responds to my texts.
And Doc?
I think it's a great move. I think I mean, look, I say we should put some context behind this. Everybody's like, oh, it's such a big downgrade from Rekkles. I mean, not from
Upset.
Rekkles, from Upset. Yeah. But look, it's clear that he wanted to leave the team and the team wanted him out. You know? So in that context, you can't keep Upset. And even then, when you look at, we're just talking about the team being one-dimensional for so long. And then you think about Rekkles, and on paper, he could be the perfect guy to be more creative as a team. But, and not only that, he also, I think, is really going to reestablish Fnatic as the most popular org. It already has been, like, when it comes to viewers, the number of viewers, the most popular org in Europe for the past 2 seasons. Even though in social media, G2 is bigger. And I think that's probably because either Fnatic just has a lot more hate watchers than G2, or Fnatic has like lots of fans who are not on social media, which I think is what's happening. I think Fnatic has a ton of fans who aren't on social media. But bro, now with Rekkles and G2 having kicked out Jankos and Carlos, I think Fnatic's gonna have so many fucking fans.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna sell the most shirts by far in the.
I want to say something about it. Like, I think, let's say that Fnatic paid that some, what was it, like 10 million or a million? Sorry, a million for Rekkles, right?
I'm not sure. Was it like that?
We got him for free, you know?
Yeah,
that's
we
what
got
they
him for
said.
free. But imagine that KC like rendered, good guys in that situation.
Money,
Like,
yeah.
Imagine that. So Fnatic spends the money to buy Rekkles. Then the Fnatic proceeds to get the money back just from selling the jerseys alone, because
Yeah.
surprise, surprise, a lot of people want to have a Rekkles jersey now, including myself. I'm buying one.
Yeah, bro, me too.
Including all of us, I think.
Yeah, the three
think
of
it's
us
a
in the
good-
call already.
I think it's a good business move, and I think he's still a good player, and he's a Fnatic legend, and I think he will bring stability and tranquility in the team.
Well said. Stability and tranquility. Also, bro, he's gonna try hard as cock off. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Dude, he's been talking in in the stream for the past I don't know how many months, how much he regrets leaving Fnatic,
Yeah.
and how if they let him back, he'd never leave and all that kind of bullshit. Well, not bullshit.
Yeah, like when I watch those
Kinda-
clips, when I watch those clips of him saying that I regret leaving Fnatic, bro, it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows he made a mistake, and people make mistakes. Like we all were sad when he left, especially for G2. It's like Messi going to fucking Real Madrid, bro. It's the same thing, you know. But
It's
feel
a
like
bit
people
different, He made
It's
that
not a-
mistake already in the past.
yeah, but the first one don't really count, man. He was young, wasn't he? What
Yeah,
was
he
it,
also
like-
only played one full year with some tournaments on the side because he was too young to play
yeah.
ULCS. So
So I feel like people make mistakes, and he definitely regretted it. So he's gonna come back and he's gonna try hard so much.
And
We
yeah,
might see Prime Rekkles again. Who knows?
Mhm. And maybe he won't have the amazing stats that Upset had, but he talked a lot about being like more social within the team, because I think it was evident that Rekkles was a really quiet person, and I think even Bipo said that Rekkles is an amazing player or something like that, but he really needs to learn how to speak out his mind about things, you know? Uh, when they are reviewing the games or like outside the game, just, you know, being more social within the team, like, how are you supposed to lift the title if you're like not even buddies with your teammates? Like, be more than just teammates, be a family, and
That's the thing.
yeah.
That's the thing. And I think that was the problem, one of the issues with our previous roster. We talked about this earlier. Like they were not bonding as much. So I really hope if Rekkles comes back, because it's not official yet.
He's coming back. Shut up.
Well, I hope he does. When he comes back, I hope he bonds with the team more. Because, like we said, he's a legend for our team. So he needs to step up and be the captain of the team.
Definitely.
Because we really need a captain.
Yeah. And well, if Rekkles doesn't want to be the captain, there's another guy in the bot lane, Rhuckz. Has any one of you watched what was it, the Super League and EU Masters this year?
I watched Superliga when we won it, but then I kind of stopped watching, so I don't know much
Yeah,
about it.
same.
So okay, you two didn't watch much. I did watch a bit, like playoffs in Super League and then EU Masters whenever we qualified. So I see Rhuckz as being like another Hyli, but more calculated Hyli, you know, like less risk and somehow like dying less, but also being really aggressive at the same time. So like he's not a superstar. I see him like someone like Yellowstar. Did you guys watch Yellowstar and see what I mean by
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
not like a star player, but he has like that voice within the team, like shot calling, and he does the job well as a support. Like that Leona just took over like the games and the
Yeah.
balls alone. He can do that stuff if it's required from him. And I'm honestly like gonna say he's the most underrated player I've ever seen, because I see a lot of FNC fans not being excited because it's a downgrade from Hyli, but how do we know it? Like we need to see it first.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see him play, especially after that Worlds performance he had. My guy came back from holidays jet lagged. He played straight away. He refused to elaborate, and he just smurfed. So I was really impressed by him. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Are there any like big rumors around him? Because I'm not very like
What
familiar
Rhuckz?
with.
I
Yeah.
I mean, his champion pool is rather similar to Hyli's. Like he doesn't like enchanters much. He's more like of an engaged
No,
type
no.
of player.
Oh no, I know that. I meant
I
about like
remember him and
rumors.
Bean playing quite a few Enchanter stuff, no?
What?
Didn't he and Bean like run Enchanter bot lanes a couple of times ago?
Yeah, because it was meta. I think it was kind of forced. Like I saw Rhuckz playing Lulu, and what was it, like other enchanters, like Nami, definitely. So yeah,
Interesting.
for the guys watching, like do not doubt Rhuckz, at least not yet, okay? Like let's see how he plays. I'm personally excited to see him alongside Rekkles. They could do damage in the bot lane. Like everyone likes to say, oh okay, we're gonna chill in the bot lane, but who knows, you know? Maybe Rhuckz turns Rekkles into a fucking maniac in the bot lane and they just take it like over, because Upset is gone from the league. Who's gonna contest this bot lane? Like Koi bot lane looks dangerous. It's Comp and Trimby. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Comp and Trimby they're very fucking good bot lane. Very, very good bot lane. Very scary as well. So I think Comp is definitely now that Upset. Do we have any news on Upset? Like, what's gonna happen to him?
He's going
we
to
know.
Korea.
Yep.
Wait, so he's gonna be teamless?
Yeah, for a first split.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting, man. No one picking up Upset. That's weird.
Well,
I
I think
think-
an expensive buyout, bro.
It was close to being Vitality Upset. I think.
I think it was a bit of, you know what I mean? Contract jail.
Okay.
Well,
Wow.
it's
Interesting.
not like the G2 contract gel. Fnatic did try to sell transfer him to another team, and it was Vitality in this case.
Wow, okay, interesting, man.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's weird to see Upset without a team after his performances the last couple years.
He should just go to NA, honestly. honestly.
I think if he goes to an A, his career is finished. I think he really wants to
Oh,
win.
bro, the difference between an A and EU is not that big at the end of the day.
It is, man. It
Like, at
is.
least amongst the top teams.
No, man, it
Like, bro,
is.
look, honestly, all respect to Upset, but he's been in LEC. I mean, I guess Odo eventually won it, but he's been here for 5 years, 10 splits, and still hasn't won. If I were him, maybe he has like this really big ambition. He said, fuck it, I really want to win in Europe. I have to make it happen. But if I were him, look, he's married, go cash out in America and live a good life. That's what I would do if I was him.
I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see. But it's
Mhm.
weird that he's gonna be without a team.
Well,
It's really
I
weird.
think there's a good chance that we are gonna see him in the second split. Now LEC is divided into 3 splits. I don't know if there will be a third off season.
Alright.
But I think during the year like 2023, Upset is gonna join some team because there's no way he can be in Korea forever. You know, like he's gonna be there
Yeah.
for maybe one month or two, but at some point you just go mentally insane. I think if you are a pro without a team.
What rank's he gonna get in Korea Upset? I think he's gonna get pretty high up.
It depends how long they will be there, but I'm gonna set top 20.
In Korea?
20? Fuck,
I don't know, bro. He's not top 20 in EU West, man.
Bro, yeah, sure. This season, no, but last season and before that, he was rank 1 at 1 point every single season.
Okay, interesting. I don't know.
I'm still saying top 20.
Yeah, bro, like Upset is a solo queue demon.
Okay. Well, I don't really know. I can't really say, but I can say that he's definitely gonna get challenger.
Mhm.
Can easily say that.
Okay, guys, maybe next segment, maybe we rank up the teams for next season. You know, spicy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice.
I think what I want to discuss with you guys first is G2's move. Like talk about G2 specifically because
Mm.
they're our biggest rival. You know, it's the Classico, and they did a pretty spicy offseason, guys. They won a split, finished second in the other, and they changed 3 fucking players.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy, isn't it?
yeah, it is. And they're getting Hansama apparently and Mickey back, right?
Yeah. The whole thing is, they said, look, we're getting a development bot lane, like a developmental bot lane, or however the fuck you say that,
Yeah.
with Targamas and Flakkid. They won a split. They finished second. What the fuck else do you want from rookies? And they axe them. You know, it's pretty interesting.
But why won't you keep those rookies and develop them into like legends for your
Well,
team?
clearly they either thought these guys hit their ceiling. We're not gonna do better than this. Or maybe they said, fuck, you know, Hans Mickey. Or maybe, you know what I think? I think they maybe said, Caps, you know, how much longer will be in his prime? We need to get the best team possible for his prime. If I remember correctly, that's what Dardo.
But Caps hasn't been in his prime in a long time now, bro.
No, bro, this season bro,
Do
spring,
you remember Spring when he
playoff?
just solo won the title
Yeah.
with the Ari?
Bro.
I don't know. I feel like he's a bit. I don't know.
No,
I feel like
even-
Humanoid and Larson are better than him.
Maybe a world, bro. But if you take the season as a whole, I'd say Caps was still the best in Europe.
Okay.
But it's like, you know, Dardo said, how much longer? You know, he was. I don't remember where he said it, but he said he decided to build the super team and spend money because he wanted to really have a chance to win something while Hyli was still at his prime. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, but I think that's maybe what G2 was thinking. They said, hey, Caps is still doing well. Fuck the developmental bot lane. We don't have 3 years to wait. Let's bring in Hans and Mickey. But then we kicked out Jankos, so I'm really confused. I wonder what how you guys interpret G2's decisions.
I think Caps had a lot of to say, like when they got knocked out of Worlds, when they didn't win Summer. I think I'm speculating that Caps got really tilted, and I mean especially at the bot lane. Like I'm not surprised to see a completely new bot lane on G2. I think Caps, let's say he wanted Mickey back, and the Hansama move is, I think Hansama and Mickey wanted to play together, so they kind of went for this bot lane. And Yike, I still don't understand the jungle change because it feels like Jankos still wanted to stay and play. and they went for the LDLC jungler Yike, who I, by the way, didn't really watch him play, but people said that he's good. So, yeah, and this is such a weird roster. I don't know how to rank
Yeah,
G2.
it's a weird roster. I mean, I'm kind of on the same boat with you. I feel like they have a very experienced bot lane now, but I'm unsure about the jungle.
Bro, I think kicking Jankos is haram. It's heresy, man.
Yeah, I think so too, but I
This
guess we have
guy's
to
been
win.
the best jungler in EU since 2017, bro.
Yeah.
You know, before this year, every time Jankos went to Worlds, he made at least semi-final.
Oh, that's insane.
Bro, Jankos is one of all-time. He's definitely the GOAT jungler for West, without a question.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, and even this year, he was playing, bro, at Worlds. He was playing fucking amazing. Even on Graves, like a champion was historically bad on. He popped off. I don't know. I think it's a very mind-boggling move. And personally, much love to Razork, but I always wanted Jankos at Fnatic, so I wouldn't have minded him coming over. But I think keeping Razork is the smart move because
Yeah, it is definitely the smartest move.
he's
I agree.
gonna. Razork has at least 5 years or more at the top level in him.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He could be
agree with you on
like
that.
our new franchise player. I like his personality. Like he's so fun and stupid in those videos. Like
In a
stupid
good way.
in a good way, like funny way.
Yeah, he's funny.
You need like those class clowns, like
Yeah.
to keep the spirit up on the team. And Razork is one of those guys, and I absolutely like him. And yeah, hopefully he develops
Definitely.
into the best EU player, the best EU jungler, and yeah. Good stuff to come. Okay, so guys, we have talked about G2. There are other top teams, so like let's call them the dangerous teams that could be a danger.
One last thing with G2 before we move on. There's one row we didn't touch. Top lane. Why the fuck do you kick out Jankos and keep Broken Blade? Sorry, but
His Broken Blade he's a fucking good player, man. They wouldn't. He was their best player, I feel like.
you think so? No way.
Yeah, I think
No
Broken
way.
Blade was the most reliable player in G2.
I think you could have upgraded him, like you could have gotten, G2 still has a global pull. And that was proven by Hans and Mickey joining them because Fnatic wanted them too. But they chose G2. And I think other good teams wanted them too, probably Vitality or whoever the fuck. I think if G2 were knocking on some LCK or LPL top laner, we could have taken them home.
I want to say that
Yeah.
it's hard to rank Broken Blade because he had received so much help from Jankos, so
Yeah,
many
exactly,
resources
bro.
in the top lane. I would never say that he's better than Wunder, for example, because
Yeah.
the two players were part of two different systems in two different teams. Okay, if Broken Blade was bad with so much help, then he's really terrible. But okay, he had good stats and he won lanes. He's decent, but I would never say that he's number one, for example, in the top
Yeah.
lane.
Fair enough.
Okay, I think
Odo Amne.
yeah, I
He
want
was
to say
a
about
free agent.
so although I saw him live, like in the Malmo finals, he was really good with Roku, now Koi, really underrated guy. Like he really deserved to win that. Guys, what do you think? I think Odo is really underrated. He's not that like really explosive player like Broken Blade, but he won so many
He's
games.
reliable. He's
Yeah.
reliable.
Doc.
Yeah, it's a weird
Yep.
weird move. It's a weird move from Rogue, I guess Koi now, letting him go. So
Yeah, but
and they're getting apparently Shigenda. That guy's a
Yeah,
bit
but-
washed, isn't it?
bro, he's not washed. He played one split in LEC and he did well. It was Vitality, remember?
Yeah. What happened after that though? Where did he go?
They kicked him for Alfari.
He went to Vitality B, was it?
B, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He did well,
apparently he was the best top laner in the LFL, or the second best. I do not
Adam
have the
was
stats.
apparently the best, bro. Adam was the best when he went back to LFL.
No way.
Yeah. Bro, he was popping off because remember it was like a top carry meta because all his champions were back. It was like for Olaf, for Set, all these melees, and Adam was fucking fisting people.
I mean, unbiased opinion, like when Adam was playing in FNC, like I always like thought like he's that like next really big thing, but you know, all that drama and disgusting stuff happened, and I honestly don't want to say any good stuff about him anymore. Like, okay, we're gonna see him next year on BDS, by the way.
Yeah, but bro, BDS, they're fucking owned by you know who the owner of BDS is?
No.
It's one of the Belgian families. That's a noble family that's been around for literally hundreds of years, and they own a big part. I think they're the ones who own Stella Artois, but I might have to double check that. But anyway, they own a big part of Anheuser-Busch, AB InBev, which is the biggest beer company in the world. They control like a huge portion of the entire beer market in the world. They're fucking minted. They're so fucking rich. And they field the most budget rosters in the LEC after only Astralis, bro. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, man.
I honestly see BDS is the like 9th team on the league next year.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say 10th, bro. Astralis's roster, I think, is a little more spicy. They got Kobe, who's still solid. Dior, bro, Fnatic talent. He was in FDS too, and he'd talk to us from time to time. Top G. Then I just realized they got fucking 1-1-3 in the jungle, bro. What the fuck are they thinking?
They got a watch top lane as well.
Yeah, Finn, come on, look. He's not a GOAT, but he's serviceable.
Yeah,
I guess he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, let's maybe. Okay, I want to think talk about one thing like SK roster, Exakick. I wasn't like these two guys who wanted Rekkles right from the start. I wanted Fnatic Exakick, and this guy, he just said no to FNC, even though FNC wanted him.
Bro,
are we like certain about that though? Are we like 100%
but
sure
bro,
that?
you know what that shows? Bro, he doesn't have ambition, or he has a lack of ambition, or at least at this point in time, he doesn't think he can win stuff. Because bro, listen, I don't give a fuck what you think about Fnatic or SK or, if you want, look, Fnatic makes it to playoffs every single fucking split. Every single split they make playoffs, and they always finish at least third. The last time they didn't was when they finished fifth, with the Vinisky self-made roster. And SK, bro, for SK finishing fifth is like, holy fuck, let's fucking go. We did amazingly. We popped off. We're the fucking champions. That's how they react if they finish fifth.
Yeah, I agree. But one more thing, bro. Listen, if you're like a rookie and Fnatic wants you in the team, bro.
He doesn't have balls. He doesn't have balls.
What do you mean, man? You take that offer any day. You take that offer.
He rejected Mad too. I think they said he rejected Mad and Fnatic.
Then he has low self-esteem, and I don't want him in my team.
He doesn't have balls. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's better.
He wanted to go to SK. Thank God, bro. Thank God he went.
At least we got the king back, bro.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'd take Rekkles back over a guy who chooses SK over Fnatic.
Wrecking crew, bro. Hashtag wrecking crew.
Guys.
And then the worst thing is, you underperform in Fnatic.
Last topic.
I just want to say one thing. Worst case,
sure.
You underperform in Fnatic as Exakick.
Yeah.
You see worst case, you either get picked up by another LEC team because you probably finish third or fourth. You at least go in playoffs.
Yeah.
Or worst case, you go to Fnatic's academy. SK, what happens if you are shit? Bro, you're either going to SK Prime or to, some shitty ERL team.
Yeah, so...
You're finished, bro. You're finished.
Yeah, so he made the worst decision he could, I think.
Yeah. Jezu played Jezu played well in SK. He played well. Where did he finish? After they kicked him? A decent LFL team.
Yeah.
Imagine if he underperformed this Exakick guy. He's fucked.
There were some rumors about him, wasn't it? I feel like I swear I saw something on Twitter about Jesu. I might be wrong though.
No. I think no LEC team wanted him at the end of the day.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Fnatic wanted Exakick. There was a whole article about it. We wanted Exakick or Karzi, I think.
Thank fuck we didn't get Karzi, bro.
Oh, bro, you know what? All those articles show. that I think it's Humanoid who's saying who we want and who we don't want, because we wanted Elioy and Karzi, bro. Put 2 and 2 together, it's
Like, fuck, we didn't, man. I'm sorry, but holy shit.
Yeah, Kaz is saying no to FNC gives me the same vibes as who was it? Kabushat saying no to FNC. Thank God that
Thank
they said
God.
no. Yeah,
Thank God.
like stay there, like in KC or like Kaz in.
Bro, imagine Karzi heals and bot lane. Holy shit.
That's
Speed run to 20 deaths.
massive destruction. Yeah, either they smurf or like explode, which is the more likely outcome in my opinion.
Yeah, or speed run to 20 deaths in 10
Bro,
minutes.
remember all the KC fans making fun of us because Cabo said no to us to stay in KC? Do you see what happened today?
What happened?
Super rejected KC to join. Who did he join again?
Movistars.
Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
what comes around goes around. But bro,
What goes
Fnatic has
around
been
goes
rejected by 3 players, but we can all say, Wallahi, thank God they rejected us, man.
Wallahi, bismillah.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Thank God.
Wallahi. Okay. One roster we didn't talk about, I think, was Heretics, and they are now like there's a rumor that Iwai Evi is joining Heretics, the Japanese top laner from DFM. And they have Chuck Spectre, Ruby in mid, Mercer in support. Well, I don't know.
It's a budget roster.
That's not
I don't know. I
team.
think Jack Spectre is a really good mechanical player, man. I've been watching his streams
Yeah,
a few times. He's really, really fucking
Why
good.
did you put Mercer next to him, bro?
Because he's the Greek goat.
Bro, Mercer frauded his way into Heretics by spamming Yumi.
He's a so he's a fraud. So he's a fraud. So he's a fraud then, or what?
Well, I'm just saying, Heretics could have taken treats.
Oh shit! Yeah, where is Treats, man?
He's
Bro, he's
in
in
McDonald's.
Yeah.
What? Treats is McDonald's?
Bro, yeah.
No way, man. Nah, that's insane. Treats cannot be a McDonald's employee.
Bro, there's one
cannot.
spicy thing though. Yanko says he's in a team, or he's close to joining a team. So if it's an LEC, it has to be Heretics. But
Oh, that's gonna be-
but I think it's probably LCS.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Bro, yes, you want to stay in Europe, but do you want to play with fucking Evi, Ruby, Jackskeptra, Mercer? Bro.
No, that's very degrading and humiliating for Jankos. I don't think he would do that.
I think he's gonna go to LCS to join maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Top team.
yeah, I'm thinking maybe 100 Thieves is getting
No,
spooky. We're getting
bro, imagine TSM Jankos. Holy
But TSM
shit.
is making
He's never going to NA.
budget roster.
He's staying new.
TSM, did you
But
see
TS
what?
They're looking for a new jungler.
No, TSM. What's his name? Travis Gafford said that TSM is one of the 3 teams, like TSM, Dignitas, and maybe Golden Guard. Maybe I don't remember. Of the 3 teams who who like they have to make at least break even with LCS. So they're not going to spend more than the money they're given by Riot, which is 3 million.
Wow. Okay.
Boys, we forgot to talk about 2 other teams before we rank them up. Vitality and Excel. Vitality will have Photon, Bo, Perks, Neon, Kaiser, and Excel, Odo, Xerxes, Vithio, Patrick, Targamas. Like, these are 2 rosters that can either go really well or can be just, average rosters. Because, for example, Excel has Xerxes, a player who I find him overrated. I still do not know how he finds teams. But he was good on UL back in the day, so maybe it changes again. And Vitality, I don't know much about Photon, but I know Bo is a good jungler, like a really good jungler. But it's the same problem. Like, will the roster be good? That is the question, because we just had a super team in Fnatic and it didn't work out pretty well.
Bro, the more I look at these rosters, the more I feel like we have the most stacked roster.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Excel's gonna. I think we're gonna implode at some point.
Yeah.
Excel's like the typical textbook super team that fails. It's like ours last year.
Yeah.
It's grab the
the
top performing player of every single team and mashallah.
Mashallah.
Man, I feel really bad for Perks, man. What are these players he's playing around with?
Ah, bro, the Photon guy was like SKT's Academy top, and
Okay.
Bo is fucking insane.
The
Bro,
bot lane can be good.
Before being suspended from LPL, didn't lose a single game there. He didn't lose a single best of 3 in the LPL before they banned him.
Wait, so he's Asian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, he's Chinese.
Oh,
Chinese.
okay, okay.
He was banned from China
Okay.
for match fixing.
What a chat!
Yeah. They fucking hate him, bro. Like, he
Giga
talks to
chat.
anybody.
Wait, so that's why he came to E EU.
He talked to any Chinese guy about Bo, and they fucking hate him.
What a giga chat.
They're like, oh, you should never be given a job. Huh?
Wait, so he was match fixing in what way? He was playing bad? Or
Yeah, like in LDL. Yeah, he entered.
Okay, fair enough.
He ran
Oh,
it
that's
down.
funny. Why would anyone pick him though? That's weird.
Because he's really good.
Yeah, bro, he's like probably the best jungler. Like you know Sugar. For the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
who don't know, he's this jungler from China who's in our server, who actually hit rank 1 in the Singaporean server, so he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And he said it's common consensus in China, and he says the same. Bo is like the best up and coming jungler. He would have been their GOAT if he stayed there, but
Interesting.
I
Well,
think he's
yeah.
gonna pop off next year.
In conclusion, I think in my opinion, the more I look at these rosters, the more I feel like we have the most stacked roster out of everyone. I don't know.
I think Vitality maybe has the best one, but I think Fnatic, like, yeah, you look at the way they can play, bro.
Bro, my camera is getting blurred out all the time. I
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
losing focus, but I think it's gonna be Humanoid's year, guys.
You think?
Yeah, bro, Rhuckz is gonna be roaming mids.
It'll be nice to have a non-intic support.
Jesus.
I'm
Jesus.
sorry, but
I want to see multiple playstyles. He doesn't need to leave bot lane all the time. Play around Rekkles too sometimes. Like if I pray to God that Tristana is meta or like something like that.
yeah.
But,
Or Jin.
You know,
Jin.
there's a prediction I'm gonna make. I said this earlier during Worlds. I said, remember when it was announced that Rhuckz was being called instead of Bean to be the sub? I said I thought Dardo was trialing him because he was maybe gonna start him next year, to wait for a year until Trimby's contract was over and try to take him as a free agent.
I'm sorry, Liandry just DM'd me something. Guys, I wanna hear your top threes for next year. What is gonna the top three gonna look like? Doc, you start.
Doc, you start, yeah.
In no order.
With order.
Oh fuck, man. I think.
Let's do it for spring only.
All right,
I
let's at
like
least do
the first split.
strength of rosters. We'll do. I'll
Yeah.
say G2 first, Fnatic second, Vitality third.
Hey, that's interesting, bro. That's interesting. Why'd you
Leandry?
put G2 first, bro?
Bro, their bot lane is like leagues ahead of like maybe Rogues is better though. Actually, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Dude, he forgot Rekkles Rhuckz exist. But okay, sure.
Bro, I
Right.
said
That's
Fnatic
your
second. I
opinion.
think that's generous. I think that's very generous. Like on paper, I think Fnatic is gonna play very well, but on paper,
I don't know, man. I think I might have to go with either Fnatic or G2 first. Actually, no, I'll put Koi first.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro, because although it's such an important party for a team.
No, I'll definitely put Koi first, Fnatic second, and this is gonna be a spicy one, XL third.
Ah. So G2 and Vitality not in the top 3.
No.
Nah, no chance in hell.
Hansama and Miki are a bit washed in my book.
Bro, last time they played together, they were dog shit. You remember 2018?
Guys,
So yeah, that's my. What about you, Andy?
I'm a bit disappointed. So my number three, I'm gonna start from number three, okay?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Mad Lions. I'm saying Mad Lions. I believe in Hyli. I think Hyli together with Elyoya and Niski, and we don't know. I don't know much about Chazi, the new top laner. I think like these four can be good at least. Okay, if not the top lane, then Elioya, Niski, and Hyli can be really good together. If they are moving around together, they can be really dangerous, and I can see them performing really well. So number 3 for them. I just
Can I tell you something before you continue? Every time someone mentions Niski nowadays, all I can think of is him in a hot dog suit, so I can't take this guy seriously anymore. So I don't know. I would put Nuclear Int above Niski, bro. That Fnatic video in the hot dog suit ruined his career, in my opinion.
Are you saying that because you wore a hot dog costume for Halloween?
I'm not a pro player though, so it's different.
Yeah, okay, sure. So, okay, we got Matt for number 3 in my opinion for the next split. Number 2, I will put Koi. I think they didn't really maybe they downgraded. Yeah, they probably downgraded, but Shugenda is still a young player that is still developing. Could be better than other. Nobody knows that, but the four of Malrank, Larsen, Comp, and Trimby, they had a really good year together, and I don't see why they won't be playing well again together. The coaching stuff is the same. They just changed the top laner, so it's basically almost the same team. Just maybe some experience will be missing in the top lane and shot calling, but I'm putting them in second, and for first place I'm putting BDS. I'm joking, it's FNC.
Okay.
I'm probably coping, but only if Humanoid continues with his Waltz form, Razork continues improving, Wunder when the team finally learned how to play around him and be more flexible. And yeah, I'm really excited to see Rekkles back on Black and Orange. Rhuckz, I'm expecting good stuff from Rhuckz as well. But Rekkles is like, this offseason has been so boring for FNC fans, and then we just get this absolute nuclear bomb, Rekkles back on FNC, and I'm praying that it goes well. I really want to see it work, and I really hope Rekkles is hungry, because after...
I think he is. I think he's hungry, man.
He's
I think he's hungry.
for a trophy.
Yeah, he regretted so much, like going to G2 from FNC, and like then he went to KC. He didn't even get to the LEC, and his goal is to win Worlds, and like how are you supposed to win Worlds from the LFL, please, my gentleman? But yeah, now he's back on FNC, and goddamn, I'm excited to see him back. Like,
yes,
wearing the jersey and other stuff.
Wrecking crew.
It's everybody always says it's a trap. When you get these nostalgic feelings, it was just nostalgia. It wasn't really better back in the days, but I don't know, man. I feel like going with Rekkles as already seen to Worlds, we're gonna be feeling so much more confidence.
Yeah.
No more fucking group stage exits. I beg. I'm on my fucking knees. The King's back, bro.
The king in the north, he's back, man.
The King crashed out of groups at Worlds only once, and he went for God knows how many fucking times.
Yes, man.
And now
Let's
my
fucking
watch resumes.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Okay,
finally.
boys, it's time to finish this podcast. This was the first podcast, FDS podcast episode, featuring myself and B, Liandry, top right corner, and Doc, top left corner. I'll link their Twitters. You can go follow them. Please follow them. They deserve it. And yeah, guys. Guys, say what you want.
It was really fun. It was really fun to talk about this off season with you guys. So thanks for having me.
Doc?
Yeah, see you guys.
See you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.